How are we today, everybody? I hope you're all good. My name is Peter, and for today's video, I'm going to talk about the recent Nintendo Direct Mini that was spontaneously dropped on us. With everything going on in the world at the moment, I honestly didn't expect to see a new Nintendo Direct until whenever this whole situation was going to see signs of improvement. But here it is, dropped on us from out of nowhere. So, with that out of the way, let's dig into the announcements that stood out to me. Starting things off, we got another trailer for Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, as well as a new story that we've never seen before in the original, known as Future Connected. I'm on board with this idea, as it will help give fans of the original more reason to revisit this game, and I'm also a huge fan of how much the visuals have genuinely improved since the original. To some, the graphics have been the one thing holding Xenoblade back from being a perfect game, so it's nice to see them improved, because just from watching the footage we've been shown, the characters look way more expressive and the environments are much more vibrant. It's nice to see quite possibly one of my favourite RPGs of all time being given this treatment that really brings it all to justice. Next up, we had the announcement that some of 2K's offerings will be brought to the Switch, with the likes of the Bioshock, Borderlands and XCOM 2 collections on the way. I've played Borderlands at a friend's house before and thought it was alright, and the Bioshock series has piqued my interest every now and then, so maybe I'll give it a go at some point, but otherwise it's good to see more big third-party titles like this on the Switch. I could pretty much repeat what everybody else says about why it's a good thing that we keep getting more third parties, but it's a good thing that we keep getting more third parties on board. So yeah, that's all there really is to it. Skipping ahead a bit, we had the announcement of Bunny Day coming to Animal Crossing New Horizons, lasting from the 1st of April to the 12th. So that's something I'll be looking forward to. Hopefully I can make a video on my experiences with it depending on how I feel. I'm gonna see if I can complete the Easter themed furniture set that we'll be able to get our hands on, as I always enjoy collecting the unique furniture sets that come with the special events we get to experience throughout the Animal Crossing series. It's one of my personal favourite things to do in these games. Next, we've got Good Job, a title which seems to have been published by Nintendo, but developed by a studio that goes by the name of Paladin Studios. I guess this is another The Stretchers kind of situation, where we have indie developers work on it, but have it published under Nintendo's name. So it's nice to see them embracing the indie scene in this way. Anyway, Good Job gives me Untitled Goose Game vibes, where you seem to have different options to clear the objective and play around with the physics, with potentially humorous results. So maybe that's something I could give a try and see if it's any fun. After that, we got Catherine Full Body coming to the Switch, which I know has somewhat of a cult following, and because it was made by Atlus, hopefully this gives us one step closer to the Persona series coming to Switch, as I am aware that there seems to be connections between Catherine and Persona. So maybe Atlus is testing the waters and seeing if Catherine does well, but I could be entirely wrong about this. I know they've had surveys in the past asking fans whether they want the likes of Persona on the Switch, so maybe there's hope. Maybe that's just wishful thinking because I am in favour of giving a Switch port to Persona 5 a go, but we'll have to see. Now, onto one of the biggest pieces of news that we got in this presentation. It's been confirmed that the first fighter for Wave 2 of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate's Fighters Pass will be a character from 2017's ARMS, but they didn't specify who. To me, this shows that it most likely won't be Springman, as he's the obvious choice, and the fact that they're being so vague about it in the first place rules them out in my opinion. There's also the fact that Springman is already an assist trophy, so I think it's safe to say that we'll have to look elsewhere in the ARMS roster. Not only will this keep us fans guessing, but to me, it opens up the possibilities of more Nintendo characters to join Byleth, and personally, I've got my fingers crossed for Rex to get another chance because this has given me newfound hope that it could still happen. I do find it interesting that ARMS has been chosen, however, because while I think there's potential for a unique moveset, I did also get the impression that people lost interest in ARMS, but maybe that's just me, I could be totally wrong. Regardless of who it might be, I'm still going to welcome this new inclusion with open arms. So, with Smash out of the way, let's talk a little bit about Bravely Default 2. I've not played the two games preceding this one, but I've heard good things about them, and I'm interested in giving the demo a go to see if it's something I'd like. It also looks like they're doing the same thing with Octopath Traveler, in which they're sending out surveys to players to see if there's anything about the game they can improve based on their time with the demo, so it's nice to see that they're taking the time to act on fan feedback in this way. Perhaps I'll do a video on my time with the demo if that's something you'd be interested in seeing. Moving on, we got a deeper look into Ninjala, or Ninjala, however you're supposed to say it, which looks like it could be a fun game to play with your friends. Based on what I've seen, it reminded me a lot of Splatoon, but as a stylish action game, which I think is a really interesting concept, and it looks like there's a variety of ways in which you can move around, so hopefully this delivers into a surprise hit, as I've not really looked into it too much until now, and seeing as it's free, I think this will make it much more accessible to those that are on the fence, so sign me up! Let me know if you want to see me do some videos on it, because I'm genuinely looking forward to trying it out now that I've seen more of it. Additionally, we have the Panzer Dragoon remake, which dropped on the eShop straight after the Direct. I might give this game a go at some point, as it does look interesting to me, and I'm aware that it's considered one of the absolute classics of the Sega Saturn, so hopefully if it does well, it leads into more dormant Sega franchises being brought back into the modern era. From looking at Panzer Dragoon, it reminded me a lot of the flying segments in Kid Icarus Uprising, so maybe it's something I'll enjoy, as I love me some Kid Icarus Uprising. Anyway, that's just about everything in the Direct that piqued my interest. If there's anything I didn't cover, then it's likely that I didn't really have much to say about them to begin with, so I hope that's okay with you all. Let me know what your highlights of the Direct have been in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe with notifications on to stay tuned for future content. Until next time, stay safe.